Hello, everyone. Welcome to English Flow Podcast. I'm Sarah.
And I'm William, and we are so happy you are here with us right now.
Let me ask you something very simple. Someone offers you a cup of tea. You want to say yes. Do you say, I will have a cup, thank you, or I would love a cup, thank you?
Both sound possible, both feel polite, but one of them is warmer, one of them is softer, and knowing the difference, that is real English fluency.
Or imagine you are making a promise to a friend. You say, I will call you tomorrow. But if you are imagining a different life, a dream, you might say, if I had more time, I would call every single day.
Same verb, completely different feeling, completely different world.
Will versus would. Two words that live very close to each other in English, but they carry very different energies, very different messages.
And today, we are going to make that difference crystal clear, not through heavy grammar, not through confusing tables.
Just through feeling, through real life, through conversation.
Because that is the only way anything truly sticks.
By the end of this episode, you will know exactly when will is the right word, and you will know exactly when would fits better, and you would never have to guess again.
Did you notice that? Sarah used both in that sentence, on purpose, and we will come back to that.
We will. If you are new here, welcome to English Flow Podcast. Subscribe right now and keep growing with us every single week.
Let's get into it.
Let's flow.
Okay, before we get into rules and examples, let's do what we always do. Let's feel the difference first, because feeling always comes before understanding.
Close your eyes for a moment. Imagine you are standing at a window. It is morning. The sun is rising. You are looking forward. You are confident about the day ahead.
You say, today will be a good day.
That is will, real, present, looking forward from this actual moment. You believe it. You expect it. You are saying it will happen.
Now, close your eyes again. This time, you are somewhere quiet, maybe reading a book, daydreaming, imagining a different life, a life where things are different from how they are right now.
You say, if I lived near the sea, every day would be perfect.
That is would, not real, not now, not certain, a dream, a condition, an imagined world.
And did you feel the shift, even before any explanation?
Will is real, present, forward-looking, certain or expected.
Would is softer, more distant, more imagined, more conditional.
Real world will, imagined or softer world would.
And that feeling, real versus imagined, certain versus conditional, that is the heart of everything we are going to explore today.
Let's go deeper, starting with will.
Let's start with will. And the first thing I want to say about will is that it is forward-facing. It always looks ahead, into the future, into what is coming.
Will is the word you reach for when you are talking about something real, something expected, something you are committing to.
And will appears in 4 very important situations in everyday English.
The first, predictions, things you genuinely believe will happen in the future.
It will rain tomorrow, a real prediction, based on the clouds outside right now, based on the forecast. You believe it.
She will do well in the interview, a real expectation, based on her preparation, based on her talent.
Technology will change the world completely in the next 10 years, a genuine belief about the future.
In all of these, you are looking at the real world and predicting what it will look like. That is will.
The second situation, promises and commitments, things you are genuinely committing to do.
I will call you as soon as I arrive. A real promise. You are committing to it right now.
I will never forget what you did for me. A sincere, genuine commitment.
We will support you no matter what. A promise made in this real moment.
Will in promises has weight. It has sincerity. It says, I mean this. This is real.
The third situation, offers and quick decisions. Something you decide to do right now, in this very moment.
Someone drops their bag. You immediately say, I will get that for you. You did not plan it. You decided right now. That is will.
The phone rings. You say, I will answer it. A spontaneous decision made in the moment.
Can someone carry this? I will do it. Right now. Not planned, just decided.
That is the beautiful, spontaneous will. The will of instant decisions and generous offers.
And the fourth situation, facts about the future that are certain or very expected.
The sun will rise tomorrow. A certain future fact.
The meeting will start at 9 o'clock. Scheduled, expected, real.
She will turn 40 next year. A fact about the future. Certain. Real.
In all four situations, will is connected to the real world, to what is expected, to what is coming, to what you are committing to.
Will is honest. Will is direct. Will is certain.
And in spoken English, will almost always contracts into ul. I'll, you'll, she'll, he'll, we'll, they'll.
I'll be there. She'll love it. We'll figure it out. They'll understand.
So short, so natural, but always underneath it is will, real, forward, committed.
And the full form, will, comes back when you want emphasis, when you want the commitment to feel clear and strong.
I will be there. I will not let you down. I will make this right.
The full will slows things down. It underlines the promise. It says, hear me. This is real.
Now let's talk about would. And would is a fascinating word because it does so many different jobs, all connected by one feeling.
Distance, softness, imagination, unreality.
Would steps back from the real world, just a little, or sometimes a lot. And that step back creates something very important: politeness, possibility, dreams.
Would appears in four main situations in everyday English, and once you see all four, the connection between them becomes very clear.
The first situation, conditionals, if sentences. Imagined situations that are not real right now.
If I had more money, I would travel the world. I do not have that money right now. This is imagined, a dream, not real. Would.
If she studied harder, she would pass every exam. She is not studying hard enough right now. This is a condition, an imagined scenario. Would.
If we lived closer, I would see you every day. We do not live close. This is imagined. Would.
In all of these, if introduces an unreal condition, and would carries the imagined result, the dream inside the condition.
If, unreal condition, would, the imagined result. They always go together.
The second situation, polite requests and offers. And this is where would becomes one of the most useful words in the English language.
Would you like some tea? Not will you like. Would you like? Softer, more considerate, more polite.
Would you mind closing the window? Would, not will. The distance of would makes the request feel gentle, not demanding.
I would like to make a reservation, please. I would like, not I want. Would softens the want, makes it more polished, more gracious.
Would creates warmth in requests. It says, I am considering you. I am being gentle. I am not demanding.
In professional situations, in formal conversations, in moments when you want to be kind and considerate, would is your word.
The third situation, past habits and repeated actions. Things that used to happen regularly in the past.
When I was a child, we would spend every summer at my grandmother's house. A repeated past habit, something that happened again and again, would.
He would always bring flowers when he came to visit. Always, repeatedly, a past pattern. Would.
We would walk to school together every morning. Those were wonderful days. A beautiful, warm memory of repeated past behavior, would.
This use of would is full of nostalgia, full of warmth. It takes you back to a time that no longer exists and holds it gently.
And the fourth situation, reported speech, when you are telling someone what another person said about the future using their original words.
She said she would call later. She originally said, I will call later. But when you report it, will becomes would.
He promised he would be there. He said, I will be there. Reported, would be there.
They told us it would be ready by Friday. They said it will be ready. Reported, it would be ready.
Will in direct speech, would in reported speech. The future steps back one level, and would carries it.
So would has 4 beautiful homes. Imagined conditions, polite requests and offers, repeated past habits, reported speech.
And all 4 are connected by the same feeling, a gentle step back from direct reality, a softness, a distance, a kindness.
Would is graceful. Would is considerate. Would is the word that makes English feel warm and careful.
Okay, let's put them directly next to each other now. Same situation, different energy, completely different meaning.
Let's go.
I will have the soup, please. Versus, I would like the soup, please.
I will have. Direct. Real. A straightforward decision made right now. Completely natural.
I would like. Softer, more polite, more gracious. Both are fine, but I would like is the more elegant, considered choice.
If it rains, I will stay inside. Versus, if it rained every day, I would go crazy.
I will stay inside. A real condition. It might actually rain. A genuine future possibility. Will.
I would go crazy, an imagined condition. It does not rain every day. A hypothetical situation. Would.
She will come to the party. Versus, she would come if she were invited.
She will come. Real. She is coming. We expect it. Will.
She would come if she were invited. She has not been invited. This is imagined, a condition. Would.
Will you help me with this? Versus, would you help me with this?
Will you help? Direct, straightforward, slightly more casual.
Would you help? Polite, considerate, softer, more formal. Both work, but would is warmer.
I will call you when I arrive. Versus, I said I would call when I arrived.
I will call, a real promise, direct speech, looking forward, will.
I said I would call, reported speech, what I told someone. The future stepped back, would.
See how the feeling shifts every time? Will is present and real. Would is softer, imagined or reported.
Real world, will. Dream world, polite world, reported world, would.
Now, let's talk about the mistakes, because these are so common and so easy to fix.
The most common one, using will when would is more polite. Will you sit down? Correct, but direct. In a formal setting, would you like to sit down is much warmer.
Will you sounds almost like a command in some situations. Would you sounds like an invitation. Same words underneath, completely different feeling.
Another one, mixing will and would in conditional sentences. People say, if I had time, I will help you.
The if clause has had, past form, which tells us this is an imagined condition, not real right now. So the result needs would, not will. If I had time, I would help you.
Real condition, will. Imagined condition with past form in the if clause, would. That pattern is essential.
And one more, using will for repeated past habits. People say, when I was young, I will play outside every day.
Will cannot go into the past. It only looks forward. For repeated past habits, would. When I was young, I would play outside every day. Or, I used to play, but never will for the past.
Now let's hear will and would living together in a real, natural conversation.
Imagine two friends. One is thinking about a big life change, moving abroad, and they are talking it through.
So, are you really thinking about moving to Spain?
I am. I think I will apply for the job next week. The deadline is Friday.
That is exciting. And if you got the offer, would you actually go?
Honestly, yes, I would. I think it would be an incredible experience. If I stayed here, I would always wonder what could have been.
I will miss you, though. It would not be the same without you around.
I know, but we would still talk all the time, and you would always have a place to stay in Spain.
Okay, that changes things. I will start learning Spanish just in case.
There you go. We will make it work.
Let's notice. I will apply, real, a genuine decision about the real near future. Will.
Would you actually go? Imagined. The condition is not real yet. Would.
I would, confirming an imagined decision. I would go.
It would be an incredible experience. Imagined. Still in the condition. Would.
If I stayed, I would always wonder. Imagined condition plus imagined result. Would.
I will miss you. Real. A genuine feeling about the real future. Will.
It would not be the same. Imagined result of the condition of you leaving. Would.
We would still talk. Imagined, but reassuring. Would.
You would always have a place to stay. Imagined future promised with a conditional flavor. Would.
I will start learning Spanish. A real, spontaneous decision made right now. Will.
We will make it work. A real, warm, genuine promise. Will.
Both words, the whole conversation, each one in exactly the right place, flowing naturally, beautifully.
Because the speaker feels the difference. Real world, will. Imagined or softer world, would. And now, so do you.
Final part. And as always, let's practice together before we say goodbye.
I will give you a sentence with a blank. Choose will or would. Think about the feeling. Is this real or is this imagined, polite, reported, or a past habit? Then William gives the answer.
Ready? Here we go.
I think it blank be a beautiful day tomorrow. Look at that sky.
Will. A real prediction based on what is actually there right now. Real world. I think it will be a beautiful day.
If I blank £1,000,000, I blank donate half of it to charity.
Had. Would. If I had, imagined condition, I would donate, imagined result. Both would. If I had £1,000,000, I would donate half of it.
Blank, you like another cup of coffee?
Would. A polite offer, stepping back gently. Considerate. Would you like another cup of coffee?
She told me she blank call back in the afternoon.
Would. Reported speech. She originally said, I will call back. Reported, she would call back. Would.
When we were students, we blank stay up all night talking about everything and nothing.
Would. A repeated past habit. A warm memory. When we were students, we would stay up all night. Would.
I blank never do anything to hurt you, I promise.
Will. A genuine, sincere, direct promise. Real. Forward. Committed. I will never do anything to hurt you.
If she blank the truth, everything blank be different right now.
Knew, would. If she knew, imagined condition, would be different, imagined result. If she knew the truth, everything would be different right now.
Don't worry, I blank handle it. Leave it with me.
Will, a spontaneous offer, a decision made in this moment. I will handle it. Real, direct, committed.
Wonderful, every single one. Will for the real world, for predictions about the future, for promises and commitments you are making right now, for spontaneous offers and decisions made in the moment, for certain or scheduled future facts. It is direct, it is forward, it is real.
Would. Use it for the softer world, for imagined conditions, if sentences where the situation is not real right now, for polite requests and offers when you want to sound warm and considerate, for repeated past habits, things that used to happen again and again, for reported speech when you are telling someone what another person said about the future.
The quick feeling check. Is this real and expected? Will. Is this imagined, polite, past, or reported? Would.
Real and expected? Will. Imagined, polite, past, or reported? Would.
Say it one last time with us. Real and expected, will. Imagined, polite, past, or reported, would.
That is your compass. That is everything.
And remember, you will make mistakes sometimes. That is real. That is expected. But every time you notice and correct, your English grows. And one day, very soon, will and would will just flow out of you, naturally, without thinking.
You would not believe how quickly it happens when you keep showing up like this.
Will, would, both in our farewell. One real, one soft. Both yours.
If today's episode helped you, please share it with someone who is learning English. Every share helps this community grow.
Subscribe to English Flow Podcast and keep coming back every week. We will always be here for you. I'm Sarah.
And I'm William. Keep flowing.